Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray and today we continue into level 2 Megabase, where in the last episode just got our copper and steel build up and running, which is working beautifully. In today's episode I very much want to get one of the main throughput things we need done for the base, and that is our uranium fuel or nuclear fuel. So I think that's a good idea. Watching trains speed around trying to kill me, do remember to leave a like on the video, and if you're new to the channel, do remember to subscribe as well. So yeah, we have a lot to do this episode. As I said, we need to make our nuclear fuel, but to do that we have a few things we need to do. Firstly, we'll have to get our uranium-235 out and about. So making a train that can actually carry these without having it completely full. And 2, we need to update all of our depots with uranium fuel or nuclear fuel instead of copper. So firstly, let's get our uranium solved, because we have to do a little thing to get it to work. So firstly, let's take you down here. I can just park here for now, we'll be fine. Because since uranium-235 is actually quite low in terms of output, because we're not making that much and we don't need that much for the trains, we'll have to limit the train a bit so we don't ship 8,000 at a time. The way I'm thinking of doing it is we can kind of make the train down here so I can show you. Can we say that? We can do... Let's move it up someplace where there's no trains. For example, up here. But there's trains as well. Nah, it's fine down there. The way I'm thinking of doing it is we'll have these until full or inactive, depending on how the thing works. And that will get the trains to deliver it. But as I said, I don't want this one to be completely full, because that will mean that we only have like one train every 10 hours or something like that, even though we are producing a pretty nice amount. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to limit the entire train wagon with these. Let's just get you filled up to about... We stay right here, then we'll have 500 in this storage wagon, 500 here. That means we remove 1,000 at a time. I think that'll be decent enough to just get some of it going. Of course, we'll have to do a bit of finicky things on this one. For example, right now this is closed. Requires 32,000 before it opens, but instead of 32,000, we'll just set it to 2,000. Or we can set it to 4,000. As soon as there's 4,000 this one, it'll open. At the moment we have 7. That means it's open to accept trains. That means that now we can finally get this train to move in here and gather up the things we need. Let's just try and get it to work right away. We'll make a second train in just a minute. Well, it can stay here for a little while, because then we have a uranium train going. We also need to have an unloading. And the only place we can unload it at the moment is where we want to make uranium fuel. Or nuclear fuel. The throughput is not going to be that high. We'll just request in the fuel from here, because that fills up very, very easily. Not that it stores that many. And to get that delivered into one centralized production area. For now, I think we'll just put it right here. It'll only require 2 inputs and 1 output. So let's just take a little train up that way and set it up before we activate this train. Again, it's easiest to do when you have things running. So please go to there. Very nice having this little setup going. We'll probably limit the chest a small amount as each fuel only requires 1, so it's not overly expensive. And we probably could fill up all the storage chests, but probably won't just yet. Let's see here. Let's pick you up for the first look. Then we'll get our 2 inputs in. We'll probably do it over here and then have the production right here going down. Let's see here. Train unloading, please. Unload one. Well, let's unload both at the top. That's what we've been doing earlier, and it looks kind of cool. We'll of course completely overbuild this, but that is fine. So, what we're looking to make is nuclear fuel. I think it's just in a normal one. I can't remember. It's not. Is it then in a chem plant? No, did I just miss it completely? Or am I just... oh wait, is it made in... Don't tell me it's made in a centrifuge, is it? 2 seconds, I'll just check and then I'll be right back. So I just did a quick test and yes, it is made in centrifuges. That means I just brought a few up here and let's see what we need to do. It takes 90 seconds to make one. That is quite a long time. Luckily we can use productivity in it to get even more fuel out. And that also means we should probably beacon it. It also means we should probably just do belt weaving, as the inputs is quite easy to handle. So yeah, let's get it beaconed. We have enough power. Let's see, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how many of these do you want down. Let's just make sure we have the speed set up correctly. Can in theory probably make it a bit more compact than this, but this is easier to do. So let's just have a quick look. Can we just place one of you at the top, one of you at the bottom? Doing something as this as our current setup. There we are. Just give me a small amount of power so I can check the throughput on this. This will give us at a rate of 1 every 3 seconds, pretty much. So if you set this to 3, it should say about 1. Yeah. This will give us about, what is that going to be? 20 per second. So if you set 20, or do 60 seconds. That gives about 20 per minute. That should be more than enough to run our base. And I think that'll be a nice setup. What do I want to do? I'll do a bit of belt weaving. Well, we don't even need to do belt weaving. We can just mix a belt together. It doesn't even need to be blue belt, but let's just do it. Let's take one line from here. Of course, we can always expand it out. But why don't we just do this for now? Just to get it to work. I think that'll be best, and you can go from here to there. You will request in uranium. And you'll request in if it's less than, let's say, if it's less than 1000. You'll request in uranium. So that should be right away pretty much. Because it only brings 2000 at a time. You could also say if it's less than 500. Less than 500, you'll request in uranium. Uranium loading. Unloading. No trains. It's open? It's open. Good. Over here, we will request in, not plastic, rocket fuel. It's less than 500. Then we'll get a train delivering all of that. We'll probably limit some of the things. We'll see when the train fills up. Let's try 500, because if we look at, let's just quickly run over there. If we look at our rocket fuel, we should only have what's about 10 stored in each stack. Just running to make sure. Yeah, about 10 stacks. So that means if we do that, that means that we can't really fill that much. Let's just go with full trains, that'll be fine. So we'll do full trains of rocket fuel, we'll do limited chest of uranium as a storage to 100. And then that will deliver it in, giving us an output of the other one. It might limit the output chests at the bottom, but that's fine. This one right here, crafting speed almost 5. For 90 seconds, that means it'll only take about 15, 20 seconds. About 20 seconds to get one full rotation. 1, 2, 2, and 1 there. I don't think we need any more. Then we'll output it over here. And that one. Yeah, that's fine. The power is already hooked up. That should be good to go. We'll have the output going over here. To be honest, this is cheaper, but it looks better with blue belts. And we don't really need that much to get it all going. Let's get you down this way. Let's do a completely normal setup. I know it's completely overkill doing it. But then we'll stay with the same design, and to be honest, it's not that big of a deal. Let's see. Balancer. You can go right here. And the last one over here. To get it evenly split. This one will set up in just a second when the things gets delivered. There we are. So that is pretty much all of our nuclear fuel up and running very, very easily. And shouldn't be much of an issue. So now to manage our trains. This one has been set up. You'll have 1, 2 depots. Then we'll have uranium. Loading and unloading. So there. And what I want to test now is, will this one, if I just say until cargo is full, will that then leave? Even though we have some empty slots. I'm guessing it won't. But then we'll just change this to until inactive for 5 seconds. Just like we have here and there. And you'll stay here until empty. So this is going to be the test for how this works. And yeah, I'm quite sure that it won't do anything. So let's just do U. Taking a long way around, but that's the way it is. Now this should load uranium. Quite quickly even. Let's see. There goes the train. Full cargo. That will jam right there because now it has 1000. That means we'll have to have inactive instead of full cargo. We'll in theory do both to make sure it doesn't move at all. But we can skip that one. Because it won't go here unless it's open. Now this goes to the depot, unloading. It'll go up here and add it in. While we're here, let's get a train to move out the rocket fuel. I don't mind having full trains for rocket fuel, as we'll need that for well, the rocket going forward. So the throughput will need to be a lot higher than on the other one. 1, 2. Oh, did not mean to do that. Oh, did we never set up any of the rocket fuel? Has been set up, we just haven't changed the name. Okay. Fuel. Rocket fuel loading. Little icon, as that makes it easier to see. And over here we'll have rocket fuel unloading. Look, there goes the uranium 235. That's going to get loaded in here. It's going to request a second train already, as it's completely emptied out. Let's change you as well. Rocket fuel unloading. Thank you. Okay. Trains. Loading. Unloading. Inactive. Full. Inactive. Empty. 1, 2. There we are. You can be on your merry way to fill up on things. You can go and pick up some before destination full. Why is rocket fuel loading full? Did we forget? Oh yeah, we forgot to change when it opens. Right now it only opens if it's 32,000, but we only have 7.8 or something like that in storage. So let's just go and quickly fix that so it actually works. And since one train holds, what is it, 40 slots? Let's see if you just look here to be sure. 80 slots, that means it holds... Can't hold 8,000, that would be weird. Oh wait, sorry, it holds 800. Oh, it only holds 800. That means you can open, let's say, if it's less than, let's say 4,000. Then you'll be open. We'll have a bit of buffer left, and know we can probably open it a bit sooner. But that's not going to be the bottleneck. I just want to open it so the trains can get here and empty out before these goes in. So 2 goes to loading. We'll only have a small amount. Wow, that loads fast. 800. Here goes the next 800. That's why we don't get run over. Goes into a depot. From here we'll go over and deliver it to our trains. Right here, getting it in, and all be good. So as I was saying, I want to limit some of the things down here. We limit it to half. Means each train will take 800. We'll have 2 of those running at a time. Means 1600. You'll be chained to that one. You'll open if you have, let's say... Will there room for 3200 in this? Let's see, we have 20 slots. Okay, so that means that one of these can fill up an entire train. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8, 16, 32. What we'll have, so let's set it to, not 32, let's just set it to 24. Because that is still more than 2 trains, so that should be fine. And you'll be nuclear fuel loading. There we are. Unless they only stack as 1. That might actually be the case, but I can't remember. Let's just pick up some of you. They only stack in 1, so that means no need to limit this. The trains will get everything they want. They're all completely open now, right? Yeah, that looks good. You can go in here, please. Get delivered out. But that also means we only hold... Well, that's going to be 48. That's going to be 2, 4, 6, 800. Let's say you can open when you have 600 in storage. 600 should be fine, shouldn't it? But the trains only holds 100 at a time. Well, only holds 80 when full. That's gonna be like, what's that gonna be, like 8 trains? A bit less than 8. Let's get you to 400. Somewhere around here should be fine. That'll be about 4 trains worth. And that is fine. They're now churning them out at a somewhat decent speed. Let's just drop this on here. I don't need to have it on me. There we go. And slowly but surely, this is filling up. So the next thing we need is to go to all of our depots and change them to rocket fuel. I'll show you one, and then I will change the rest off camera, as it is somewhat boring to watch. And then limit how much we can actually put into here. So firstly, you'll not be coal unloading me. You'll be nuclear fuel unloading. Okay, that has none. You'll go over here as well. And you'll open if there's less than a certain amount of nuclear fuel here. And if there's less than, let's say, 80 in storage, less than 80 nuclear fuel, you'll open. So you should be open now. Yes. Then go over here, then you should be open as well. Good, and that means we can get nuclear fuel in. Don't know if I should empty out the coal. I kind of want to. Ooh, that's a lot of coal. We can just throw you into the chest going forward. But yeah, I'll do this for every single one of them, just so we can get coal cleared out. We could also just leave the coal, and then as soon as the coal is used, we'll upgrade into nuclear fuel. I'll probably empty these out and then leave the rest for nuclear fuel, having that fill up all the way down. But I might change this design to not go on both sides, but just one-sided. Otherwise, that will be quite a lot of nuclear fuel, but you know what, it doesn't matter. We'll store a few hundred here, might not be an issue. Just so we don't have to change the blueprints at all. Do that for now. With that, I'm having flashbacks to something we did earlier. Please take from here first. Yeah. So yeah, we have it cleared out now at least. I want to see it in action. So let's try and get some nuclear fuel requested into these two. As I said, they're open. They have one train going in, the same over here. We'll limit it to 80. And then slowly but surely we'll fill up our entire base with nuclear fuel. We have 95. Probably take us a few hours to fill up our entire base with it, but that is fine. We are in no rush whatsoever. So let's see, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. You'll be full trains. That'll be fine. That will give us less congestion. 1, 2, and inactive, active. Loading and unloading. 2, loading 1 of that one. That makes sense. That's what we have. So inactive and active until full, until empty. And then finally we'll have nuclear fuel in all of our trains. Should we just give these nuclear fuel just to give it a try? Yeah, let's give these 2 nuclear fuel. I just want to see them in action. Let's go and steal a bit from down here. Please give me you. Thank you. Let's grab one more. Thank God we beaconed this, otherwise that would have taken forever to get done. We might also want to expand this out, but I think for now this will supply us with more than enough of what we need. So I'll probably go on the first train just to see the speed. And it's gonna be much better than before because the acceleration is gonna be insane. This one should only hold about 3 fuel. 1, 2, 3. Each train will hold 3 fuel. That is much more powerful than the other ones. So let's do this. Inactive, full, inactive, full. So let's go you. Oh, look at that acceleration. No, I forgot to copy the blueprint. There we go. And go. Oh, look at that. The speed. It is so much better now. And the top and the max speed is so much higher. So finally we can actually move. Oh, I forgot to put in that one. Let's do that instead. Yeah. And get you on your merry way. Oh wait, there's nothing for it to go and get. Has it already delivered what it needed to do? Don't tell me I took the wrong one. Where's the train? Has it already filled? Damn, that was fast. Oh, the destination is just not accepting anything yet. So let's just go and have a look why that is. I would have thought we would have... Oh yeah, we set it quite high what it needed to work. That's why. But yeah, we have the setup running. I'll just skip ahead a few minutes to have it running, so I'll see you then. So we don't quite have it yet, but I want to show you one neat trick before it's all running and before you change all of it by hand. And is now that we have this up and running and you have the name and the side comment is set correctly, if you just copy paste this, you can go around to different places. I just tested it up here. And pretty much just stamp things down on top. So that's that one. Over here, that is now coal. It's now nuclear. Nuclear here as well. And you can go and do the same down at the next row. Right here. Please be nuclear. Nuclear. And nuclear and nuclear. And then we don't have any more. That was all the depots upgraded to nuclear power. Or nuclear fuel. Meaning that the next time you'll see the space, hopefully, or maybe in a bit, you will see this running on nuclear. If you look in here, just to see that the calculations was correct. Nuclear fuel, 19.3, about 20 per minute. So it takes about 20 minutes for one of these to fill up and request new trains, from 0 that is. It'll take about 4 minutes per train that can go in, so that is more than fast enough for what we need, since we only need 80 at a time. So I think it was a good time to end this episode. So do comment what you think about this. What do you think about us shifting to nuclear? If you're excited to see me getting hit by locomotives traveling all over the place. And if you are, do remember to leave a like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, do remember to subscribe as well. And with that, I've been Dgray, and I'll see you next episode. Bye guys.